Dun 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 dun. Dear Evan Hansen, hello, it is I, your overlord, Thundershot Games, and I'm going to do a video in the same vein as the Hades Town one, but this time I'm going to be talking about Dear Evan Hansen. That one. That Dear Evan Hansen, not the movie. Well, kind of the movie. I've seen the movie, and I've listened to all of the Broadway show. They're both really good. Don't get mad at me for liking the movie. I thought it was okay. Everybody says it sucks, but I think it's okay. And last time when I did a Broadway show review / rant, I dressed up as one of the characters, so I'm doing the same. Can you guess who it is? The backpack? The black? I don't have anything referencing him being dead. Where's my brother? So, I'm Connor Murphy. Yeah, that dude. So, I'm going to be talking about Dear Evan Hansen, if that is okay. First off, I should talk about the music. The music is really good. I think it's okay. Except for So Big, So Small, which can die. I do not like it. It can follow the same route as Connor. It is bad. I do not like that song. It sucks. The rest of the music, epic. The Broadway musical music is way better than the movie. Number one, Anybody Have a Map? Great song. One of my favorites. Second, Waving Through a Window. So good. Like, it is everything I like about musical theater just packed into one show, like one song. So, there's that. The movie, on the other hand, is not as good, if you know what I mean. Like, it's not as insane. It's missing all the parent songs, so that means it only has So Big, So Small, which sucks. Okay, I'm getting caught in this thing. Wait, before. Also, if you don't subscribe, I'll kill you. Yeah, Connor Murphy does that, and Connor does that in the show. He, like, aggressively flips his backpack. So, that was hot, so I'm gonna take it off. So, Dear Evan Hansen. It's good. They take out all the parent songs, which makes no sense. And that kind of sucks. Like, it has some of the goodest. I know grammar, don't worry. It has, like, some of the best songs. Like, Anybody Have a Map? To Break in a Glove. Upon, I hope it's not I hope. Good for You. It takes out all those songs, which sucks. And it adds a song that was very forgettable called Anonymous Ones. It doesn't make much sense, and I don't like it very much. The character, I don't remember her name. It was the lady who, like, it was the girl who, like, funded the Connor Project. I will be talking about the story a bit later, so stick around for that. The person who, like, started that, she, like, totally ruined everything. You'd have to watch the movie or see the Broadway show. Except the Broadway show is ending its run on Broadway, so that kind of sucks. I gotta, like, book it to go see the show, if you know what I mean. So, the movie itself is good. The music is phenomenal. It's not as good as Hades Town, but, like, what do you expect? Like, I am a self-proclaimed Hades Town fanboy. I'm not self-proclaimed, which is true. So, there's that. The music, I'd rate it 8 out of 10. There's some good songs, there's some forgettable songs, and then there's one bad song. The rest we need to talk about. Listen, if you want me to give a good explanation of the story, you're on the wrong video. It's a complicated story. It's hard to explain, but I will give it the best my little dumb poo-poo head can do. Okay. Dear Evan Hansen is a child with extreme social anxiety and depression. His life kind of sucks. And he is, his therapist tells him to write these letters to himself, like, hey, yo, dear Evan Hansen, it's gonna be a great day, and here's why. I started one. Okay. That's the beginning. Never mind. So he writes those, and he was, like, writing one in school, like, do on this old-timey typewriter. Not really. So, Connor Murphy, the guy who was dressed up as earlier, walks in, he's like, hey, yo, you writing these sissy letters to yourself? What? Wait, you mentioned my sister? Who Dear Evan Hansen has, like, that's his name, who Evan Hansen has a crush on, man. It's like, my only hope is that maybe I can date Zoe Murphy. And then Connor's like, hey, yo, you talking about my sister, bro? Wanna die? And pushes him over, and then Evan Hansen's like, yeah, that sucked. So then he goes home and is like, dude, that sucked. And then later, the next day, Connor's parents call him, or he gets called to the principal's office, where Connor's parents like, hey, yo, he killed himself. Which is a big, like, blow to the gut. Because that kid, he was edgy, if you know what I mean. So Evan Hansen was like, oh, wow. And then they thought the note that Evan wrote to himself was actually Connor's suicide note, which it wasn't. And they were like, you were his bestest friend. And he was like, and they did not ever give him a chance to explain himself. And then Connor, earlier, signed his cast, if I didn't mention, Evan Hansen broke his arm falling out of a tree. And then he broke his arm, and then Connor signed the cast, and they saw it, and they're like, hey, yo, you were really friends. So they invite him over, and and Evan Hansen makes up this whole story about them going to an apple orchard, all explained in the song For Forever. Listen to it, it's good. And they're like, you were really friends. So they start to get to know Evan more, and they start to make this thing called the Connor Project, which pretty much is them, like, it's like a fundraiser to keep his memory alive, and other kids who have unalived themselves. So they do that. It makes a whole lot of money, but it's not quite at that donation point yet. It's not doing great. But then Evan Hansen does the speech, and he's like, you will be found even when the dark comes, in an okay song. Listen, I know it's like the Dear Evan Hansen song, but I don't like it very much. It's okay. It's mediocre. It's okay. It's dumb. And then, like, he falls over, and everybody's like, oh, loser. And then he starts going, even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need to... And everybody's like, oh, yo, this song slaps, bro. And then they film it and upload it all over the internet. I remember making fun of the movie the whole way through. That's just what I do with movies when I'm watching alone. I just make fun of them. And there was this one thing. It was uploaded on YouTube. It was... kid's best friend dies. What he does next is shocking on the actual, like, movie. So I looked it up on YouTube, and it's an actual video. Look it up. It's pretty cool. His best friend died. What he does next will shock you, or something like that. So after that, he's pretty famous. The Murphy family was like, hey, yo, this Evan Hansen guy is pretty lit. He's like our second son. And his dad's like, hey, yo, here's a baseball glove. Do good. And then he's like, sure. And he's like, believe in yourself, even if it's hard. And we maybe can play baseball if I like you enough. And he's like, sure thing, bro. So that happens. And then and then his mom, he starts, like, hanging out at Connor and Murphy's place a lot. And also him and Zoe kind of get it going. They start dating, and it's kind of cringe, bro. But they start dating, and that's a thing. But after, like, his mom was like, hey, yo, why you're spending all the time there, and you're you're abandoning me? What's that for, bruh? And he's like, And then eventually he tells the Murphy family that this was all a lie, and they're like, sheesh, bro, that's kind of sus, man. And then he's like, I'm sorry. You never got me a chance to explain myself, so it was your fault. It was them. So, yeah. And he's like, He does this weird face in this song called Words Fail. Maybe I can find it. So, they're like, bruh. that ain't cool. And he's like, I know, you never got me a chance to explain. And they didn't. And then they're all like, get away from me, you little boy. And he's like, okay. And then, like, they kind of rekindle their relationship a little bit. And then the movie ends off with him zooming in on Evan Hansen's face and be like, la la la, and he's writing one of the notes to himself. And that's the plot, pretty much. Now, what do I think of this show, you might ask? It's good. I like it. It's up there on my top 5 favorite Broadway shows, but it is not my overall favorite. It's okay. It's good. I like it a lot. I think the songs are really good, and the second song is like a gut punch, and you're like, ooh, that was a hit, man, because Evan kind of hates himself, and I would rate it overall, the music, 8 out of 10, the story, confusing out of 10, the overall show, I'd give it a 8 out of 10. It's good, it's okay, it's good, I like it a lot, don't get me wrong, 8 out of 10 is a good score. Like, Hadestown is like a 1 billion out of 10. Not really, it's like a 10 out, it's a 10 out of 10. Hadestown is a 100% 10 out of 10. I wouldn't have all this Lit Fam merch if I didn't like it a lot. So yeah, I had my Hadestown shirt somewhere around here. Here it is. I wouldn't have this Lit Fam merchandise. Get a load of it, and it's probably backwards. I probably wouldn't have a lot of merchandise if I didn't like it. So, yeah, it's a good show. I would rate it an 8 out of 10. You guys, tell me what you would rate it down in the comment section. Until then, I will see you. Goodness, what's my hair doing? I will see you in another video sometime soon. Goodbye, losers.